The most fascinating story that blows my mind, that everybody that I know is saying, what is going on here with Virginia Giuffre in an accident, not in an accident, looks like she's in a morgue shot, then it's not, then it's a mistake, nobody knows anything. The number one, the person who could destroy, bring down the trafficking or whatever world, the number one, the linchpin, the person who is the linchpin with all of these documents being released, goes through, looks like a hit, like an absolute hit. And people are saying in the, not the dark web, but the dark web of, like, you know, the blinds and the folks, the gossip folks, thank you, the people who are really, they're saying this wasn't an accident. This was a, and then we find, oh, and then they're saying that the picture was AI. People are analyzing this, and somebody said to me, I'm not going to mention the name. I'm not going to say who, actually said, is he talking about this again? Things must have really gotten boring if we're still following her. The biggest story! Jesus Christ! Can you imagine somebody saying, I can't believe you're still talking about her? Do you know what this means? This is what's wrong with our country. Still talking about her. Can't believe you're still talking about JFK. You know, sometimes these stories, this is where I think we are so, I can't say the F word, I don't like to say that, but we are so effed up when somebody actually said, are you still talking about her? Oh my God! The implication, if I had a chalkboard, if I just wrote this out, I'd be writing forever. Jesus God. Oh my, this is why this is it. I don't know what there, we could talk about Cory Booker or Luigi getting the death penalty. Okay, I just did it. This is the part that makes me, gee, this screams for intrigue. Conspiracies. This is our bread and butter. And some chidrulo says, I can't believe he's still talking about this. Oh, I swear to God, I thought, that's it. I'm just wasting my time here. I am wasting my time. Did you follow the story today? It's been all over the international press. People are saying, what is this? This doesn't make any sense. This is the person who could bring down titans, and at the same time the documents are being talked, and somebody actually said, I can't believe we're still talking about this. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I blame me. I'm not doing a good job explaining this. Or maybe I'm on the wrong planet. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm in the wrong, I don't know, inertial bubble, or I cannot. It's like I almost, if I were driving, I would pull off the road. I'm going to go through this today. And for those who don't understand, I'm going to speak very slowly to explain what this is. This is either a fraud that was figured out, or a test, or something. But it's bigger than anything I could imagine. So I'm going to first try to calm down, remind myself that no, the human species has not gone completely daft, and remind you of this. Are you drowning in debt? Struggling with credit cards or medical bills or personal loans? Well, you're not alone. There's help, real help available right now. National Debt Relief is one of the top-rated debt relief companies in America, helping thousands of individuals like you break free from overwhelming financial burdens. For anyone owing over $10,000, National Debt Relief may be able to reduce that debt by up to half or even more. No bankruptcy, no new loans, just a smarter, faster way to financial freedom. Here's how it works. Step 1, you submit the form at No Debt with Lionel. Just go there right now. Step 2, a representative will call within minutes to discuss personalized options. In step 3, they'll create an affordable plan tailored to your individual budget and timeline. Many clients become debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months, paying less than they owe and avoiding years of stress and interest. And the consultation is completely free with no obligation. So what are you waiting for? Why keep dodging calls and watching interest stack up? So go right now to NoDebtWithLionel.com. That's NoDebtWithLionel.com. This could be the turning point, the step toward peace of mind, control, and a fresh start. NoDebtWithLionel.com. Go now. Imagine this story. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Somebody actually said this. This is the stuff for those of us in the biz. We live for this because it goes twists and turns and this and we don't know. What about this? It's beautiful. It's a story that has legs and I don't understand it. And it's not just anybody. It's not like Lena Dunham. Okay. Who's Lena Dunham? Well, she's an actress, sort of. This is the linchpin. The person. So let me do this again for those who are just a little de who don't understand. Maybe this is tough. Maybe sometimes maybe people aren't like me. Maybe I think everybody's like me. Everybody just kind of gets it. I don't even know what there is to even explain, but I'll speak slowly and I'll do my best just for the couple of folks who might have a hard time with this. It's a very simple case. It's just the most incredible. Virginia Giuffre, the woman who, oh God, why she's still with us? Maybe there's goodness in the world. Maybe, I hope she's okay. It took the saga an absurd turn from the moment it happened. And everybody was saying, oh my God. We went through it. I went through it bit by bit by bit. This picture doesn't make sense. And this, and then jewelry. And somebody wrote today on something that said, I've been a nurse and we let people wear jewelry after you've almost been killed in an accident and you're in the emergency and you're sitting there and you've let jewelry and earrings when you look like you're dead. And people love to just always contradict. They love to be contumacious for no particular reason. They love to just do this. I don't know why. It's like, what are you saying? But this case takes this turn, and not the way that you'd expect, not the way that people would suggest, but she's giving you one of these. Not for somebody who has spent years positioning herself as the voice for justice. Remember what she was. She was standing before you, and I'm going to take I am legit. Okay, fine. Now, in what can only be described as dramatic, murky, weird, shady, unbelievable, you name it, she now claims, this is important, okay, she was in a school bus crash. Remember this, school bus. So severe, so serious, that she had just 4 days to live. Not 3, not a couple of days, 4. Everything's right. Ding, 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 ding. Apparently now they said that there was a woman who was a driver. She took the kids there was an accident. She took the kids home and then reported the next day, but it was no big deal. Anyway, but not this person. I'm trying to think not the Aaron Brockovich, but who would be the I don't know what the corollary would be. But you read that correctly. 4 days. No doctors were cited. Normally they say we talked to the members of the Pembroke, the school and the hospital, but nobody said anything. Nobody, no medical records, no doctors, nothing. Boy, I'll tell you what, this has been some hell of a year. Let me tell you something. When you've been hit with a bus going 110 kilometers, you better believe no matter what it's a 10 kid. Oh, by the way, I've got renal failure. I've got 4 days of it. Just this Instagram post and this face that looked so weird. It looked like a morgue shot. I swear to you, the eyes, I thought, oh my God. And how would you take it? The picture, it was so weird. Do you know how many people said that they said it was generated with AI? That some people said they went and they looked at it and there's some way to evaluate pictures. Do you know what that means? Wait a minute. Somebody's putting a generated picture of what? Dear God, why are we doing this? So she's taken out. And this is the worst job ever. It's like with Epstein. They whack him into prison. But somebody said, I can't believe you're talking about this again. Oh my God. And according to reports, Giuffre also alleged this life-threatening collision occurred on March 18th involving a school bus. March 18th, yet, this is the most important, Australian authorities, with no political skin in the game, they don't really care, they contradicted her narrative entirely. They confirmed the incident was minor with no injuries reported and no mention of a dramatic medical emergency. That alone should have raised alarm bells. But instead of apologizing or clarifying, she doubled down, posting this cryptic farewell message and photos that many still have said are either staged or digitally manipulated or whatever. I mean, wow. So let's be blunt. None of this makes sense. Who's doing this? Why would you do this? And for somebody supposedly dying in a hospital bed, her online behavior is rather, shall we say, performative, schmaltzy. The Instagram feed, rather than reflecting fear or resignation or whatever it is, it reads like a reality show script. I mean, it's with little emotional sound bites and photos that conveniently leave out hospital staff, vitals, monitors, or confirmable medical equipment. I mean, and if it was anybody else, who cares? It's her. If this is real, why no doctors were speaking out? Why haven't journalists verified her medical records? Why is the photo lighting so oddly, dare I say, cinematic? It's unreal. And the critics are right to be outraged. Because if this story is a hoax, if it's a completely manufactured, and all the signs point in that direction, it's not just bizarre, it's manipulative and dangerous. And she's positioned herself as a survivor and an advocate, but this stunt, if false, explodes. And now she said, well, anyway. I don't know what to tell you. You're right. What's the point of this? Why even bring it? Why even bring it up? I think later on she said, oh, there was something about, that was from my Facebook account. This is absolutely fantastic. And I wonder what people are saying, what people are learning about us. That's what I wonder. I wonder what are people learning about us? What are people learning? This is so interesting, about how we respond to things. How we respond. It's just incredible. It is everywhere. It's phenomenal. And what I want people to do is watch the follow-up, Watch what happens. Watch the particular take, so to speak. Watch what happens, and watch people today say, "This is odd." You would think somebody, especially those who were in the higher throes and higher echelons of this, would want to make a big deal out of the fact that it seems to be that the prize, that the victim of this is a liar. At least they can make the case. It's phenomenal. But you're right. You're right. I just, it's just, there's this, nobody swooping down and saying, what is going on here? We need Laura Loomer. We need Candace Owens. I mean, they're busy with their other stuff. That's what we need. Just to sit there and have somebody say, how dare you? You can't get away with this stuff. But you can get away with it. Remember the 3-day rule. 3-day rule. After 3 days, that's it. Now, the next thing which is interesting is Joe Rogan is making a big deal. Joe Rogan is very upset with the president. You may have seen this. Joe Rogan is very, very upset with President Trump and what's going on here. And I'm sure you've heard about that. Oh, this isn't boring. You talking about Joe Rogan again? Weren't you talking about him last week or something? Are you talking about Joe Rogan? Yeah, I'm talking about Joe Rogan. What about Joe Rogan? Oh, God, you're not going to talk about him. Well, apparently Joe is very upset. He believes that it's horrific that innocent people could be getting swept up in the Trump administration effort and to deport gang members and sent to El Salvador's notoriously dangerous mega prison. Let me ask you this. Does that bother you? Rogan, in a podcast released Saturday, praised President Trump for lowering her. However, he said, the thing is, like, you got to get scared that people who are not criminals are getting, like, lassoed up and deported and sent to, like, El Salvador prisons. Rogan pointed to recent reporting about several people not affiliated with gangs getting sent to the mega prison because they had tattoos on them and were not given a chance to defend themselves before a judge. He mentioned specifically of the gay barber. That's right. Hope that's not too boring for anybody. It's horrific, he said. It's horrific. Joe likes the word horrific. A human being being plucked out of nowhere and ended up in a country he's never been in, a maximum security prison with gang members. Seems like bad things to happen. Well, let me ask you this. This should be good. How many of you fine folks care about this? How many of you right now agree with Joe Rogan and say, you know what, that is enough, that is wrong? How many right now do this? How many? How many? Look at this. Look what Rick Rohr says. Send more of them to El Salvador. F them. So what? Right? I don't care. Get out of here. Get out of here. Send them to the worst prison. I don't care what you do to them. Get out of here. Right? Right? Anybody? Rick Rohr said, I disagree with Joe. Send him out of there. Who cares? You go to I'm just standing here. Okay, I'll leave, but don't send me to a prison in El Salvador. It doesn't matter. You're an illegal. Get the hell out of here. We're gonna send you to Devil's Island. Just get out of here. Too effing bad. Right? How many people say this? Gracie says, I agree with him. Who? I like when you have a story where people say who and him. And I talk to who? Him. Who? Him. Which him? There's 3 hymns in this. I told her. Who? Who? Him. Who? Think about this. Come on. Rick says, I love you too. Dick Rohr. Dick Rohr, ladies and gentlemen. Andy Carmen, due process. Let me ask you something. Agree with, Gracie says, agree with Togan. Look, I don't know who Togan is. Let me tell you something. It's Rogan, damn it. And don't try to speak in code. I'm just kidding you. Let's assume that you're someplace else and you're in some country and somebody says, hey, your daughter or your son or whatever is violating the rules. let's say their green card expired, or let's say whatever the hell it was expired, and they come along, and lo and behold, out of nowhere, they pick your son or daughter up, or maybe you, and they send you to this hellhole. And you're saying, what am I doing here? It's an El Salvador prison. What am I doing in El Salvador? I'm not even from El Salvador. You're going to the El Salvador prison. Why? Because you speak Spanish and you look like one of these people. I'm not from El Salvador. It doesn't matter. Get out of here. But you got a tattoo. It says, give peace a chance. Now, come on. Midnight Express. Andy Karma said that. Dun, 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 dun. Remember that one where he got him in the back of the head? And it was I think it was a Turkish prison or something. So what do we do with this? What do we do? What's the story behind that? How do we fix this? Well, I think it might be able to say, now listen, do we have to send by the by? Is it true? Now, let me explain something to you. And maybe this is me. And you can say, excuse me, hi, I'm an American citizen, pardon me. I hate to burst your bubble. You see, I have had millions and millions, we don't even know, millions of people who've stormed and polluted my country with their filth. These not just illegals, but criminals from gangs we don't even know have names. We didn't know about TDA, Lake and Riley, kids who were just, it's the worst hell. Nobody raised a peep about these people. Nobody. But all of a sudden, Joe Rogan's going crazy because, hey, some gay barber with a tattoo ends up or whatever. It's like, you know what? Big shit. Okay. All right. We'll try our best. Excuse me. Do you know how many people we've got to get rid of? Do you understand it? This happens. And if there's a way to fix it, fix it. It's just like these people who all of a sudden are worried about these illegals. Nobody gave a damn about Americans. January 6th, I can't say that enough. Average Americans, people just standing there, people who were, where the Congress is, and across the street there's the Supreme Court. It's right there. Been there a million times. A lot of people were just there. Some of them were just there. They didn't even go into the Capitol. They were just there and swept up in a dragnet and thrown into some underground gulag in the middle of nowhere in D.C. Nobody cared about them. I did. Deaf ears. Nobody cared. These are American citizens. And I'm supposed to do, let's face it. Listen, if you can correct this, please. But I love the way there's this selective agony over this selective concern. Okay, but what about us? Well, it's Americans. Now, is everybody out of the D.C. jails? Do we know? Everybody? Anybody go through some horrible sleeping on the floor in cold who didn't do anything? American citizens who protested? Meanwhile, BLM, I didn't see any of those hoodlums thrown into jails or Antifa. So excuse me if I'm not crying about this. Because when I did my crying about American citizens, nobody listened to me. Nobody gave a damn. They said, well, that's the way it is. So I learned from you, Joe. I love you to death, but I learned from you. Well, that's the way it goes. Sorry about that. That's the way it goes. You got it? Don't expect me all of a sudden to be worried about this. I wish to God I could care more. I really wish I could care. I want to. I really want to care. I want to care about this. But when I'm told to basically go F myself for the longest time, I don't understand this. I believe in one thing, America first. Okay? America first. And unless you are familiar with, there's cut up chatter. She says, zero mutual sympathies. I saw it all. Tisk, tisk. Now, again, I'm saying, let's see if we can do our best to fix this. But I am not going to lose any sleep over this. Now, let me also tell you something. I want people to come here, and I want people to understand something. I want this on every TV, and I want this on everybody. Do not overstay your welcome in the United States. The days of, oh, well, this is Carmencita and her husband, Salvador. They're good people. They've been here 20 years. Why are you here for 20 years? Were you illegal? Yeah. Why? Well, they're good people. I didn't say they weren't good people. Why are they here? So I wish at whatever you do, welcome to America. But listen to me. You had better pay attention to what I am saying to you. And listen good. Before you come here, you better get on the phone or go online and say, I got to talk to an immigration attorney or something. What happens? I got this green card. And what do I need to do? Because the days of, oh, well, I can't tell you how many people in New York I know. The people in New York that I know that are just, they've been here. One guy in particular was a friend of mine. He was here like for the longest time. And I said, you're not a citizen? He said, no. I said, why? Why? I don't understand this. Why? Why are you doing this? I said, what's the matter with you? Well, I don't get it. I mean, I'm the kind of person who, if I have a suspended license, that's another one too. These people, I know they're different, but I've had clients like this, like, what are you doing? Well, they're suspended. I don't understand any of this stuff, my friends. I want you to understand something. Ladies and gentlemen, hi, welcome. If any of you are here, be careful. Because our immigration is really bad. We could pick you up and think you're a gang member. Because if you don't have a legal card, you are SOL. I'm telling you, there's no exceptions. Remember that. You're welcome here. But I'm telling you, that was Biden. You understand what I'm saying here? As long as you got a card, you are legal. You are legal. And let me also tell you something. We got a bunch of weird people over here in D.C. And they're very, there's that sound. And they're very funny about this. And the way they work is this. They work in a way that it's really weird. Like sometimes you can go in front of a college campus and you could say death to America. And you're an American and they let you do it. You might be from Spain and say death to America. And you're an immigrant or you've got a green card, and they'll say, for whatever reason, that's okay. But if you happen to say death to America, and your name is Ahmed Khalil, I may not agree with it, but these people may turn around and say, hey, that we're not going to tolerate. Because you were a member of a terrorist organization. What? It's called Hamas. That's bullshit. That's not terrorist. We think it is. We call the shots. You're not a citizen. So let me tell you something. In addition to everything, if you think you're going to come in this country, remember, you can beat the rap, but you can't beat the right. If you think that you've got some right to sit there and say death to this, and if for some reason some politician gets a hair up his ass and decides this week we love Israel, or we don't love Israel, or we love it, and they think that what you're saying is considered, and this may not make any sense, it's the most unconstitutional thing in the world. Do yourself a favor. I'll be goddamned if I'm going to go to Paris and basically yell and scream about whatever it is they're doing, because I'll never forget years ago. Remember in France, Charlie Hebdo, Je suis Charlie. Remember that? Je suis Charlie. Remember that bullshit? This guy was the Islamic Muslim people would stab people and say, "How dare you? You draw a picture of Muhammad? Well, come on, we'll stab your ass." And they said, "But that is wrong. How dare you? We can do what we want." And they said, "Well, let me tell you something. We're crazy. And you better not do that. You better not draw those pictures, because we got a bunch of people with long knives and sabers, and we will stab your ass. You don't understand. I have a right to do this. I can write what I want." Okay, you're right, but we're crazy. So you better really want to draw that picture. No, of course it's wrong. Of course it's wrong. It's crazy. You should be able to. But would I be drawing this? The hell I wouldn't. Why? Because I'm not a fool. I'm not a goddamn fool. I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I don't do this. So while I think it's terrific that people exercise their rights to do this, okay? Now, coming up, I want to talk about that Luigi dude. And here's the thing about that. I am actually fundamentally against the death penalty. But I think I'll make an exception in his case. Why is that? I'll tell you. But after this, let me ask you a question. What happens when the trucks stop? Think about this. Trucks, the trucks that bring your food. And then when one store closes because of a riot or ransomware hit or a hurricane or even manufactured weather. Oh, yeah, we've talked about that. What happens when all of a sudden, suddenly, the entire supply chain collapses like dominoes? What happens then? We've seen it happen, and it doesn't take much. And that's the thing you've got to think about. A trucker strike, a cyber attack, some EMP, some Carrington class disaster, a city shut down by violence. It only takes one spark for shelves to go empty fast. And when that happens, and when that moment hits, you either have what you need or you don't. And that's why I am telling you, I want you to go to preparewithlionel.com. Our trusted friends at My Patriot Supply, they're offering unbelievable deals right now. You've got to see deals on emergency food kits that could save your life and your sanity. Over 2,000 calories per day for 3 months of food per person, shelf stable for 25 years in any kind of combinations you want, and made to taste like actual meals, not cardboard, not some military MRE. These kits aren't just insurance, they're peace of mind. So go to preparewithlionel.com. Secure your kit, secure your future. Preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com, because when the world breaks down, the prepared don't panic. All right, my friends. By the way, DS says, nice to hear a candor point of view. Great show. Thank you, DS. I am a realist, to use that term again. I am a realist. I believe in, how do I say this? The way things are. I tell people, do not mouth back or talk back to a police officer. What are you stopping me for? Say, you're a schmuck. He's got all the marbles. I don't understand this. Let me tell you this story, which is great. Years ago, I had a particularly bad day in court. The judge was a friend of mine. He goes, "Come on, let me buy you a drink." So we went to this place. And I was kind of new lawyer, and he said, you got to understand something. He said, I'm the boss. We're the boss. We're in charge. It's nothing personal. He said, let me tell you a story. And the story was the mayor of a town goes to a restaurant and they bring the bread, but there's no butter. And the mayor's with his friends. And the mayor says, "Excuse me, young man," because the busboy was there. We need some butter." He said, "I'm busy." So he walks up and the mayor says, "Ooh, that's not good. Maybe he doesn't know who I am. And maybe he's had a bad day." He said, "Excuse me, young man, we just don't have any butter." He says, "What are you, deaf? I told you I'm busy." Now they're looking at him like, wow, that's interesting. And he says, well, I got to stand my ground. So he stands up and he towers over this kid and he says, do you know who I am? I'm the mayor. And the kid says, you know who I am? I'm in charge of the butter. Well, life's like that. And sometimes when you see a sign that says, don't do this, high voltage, beware of the dog. Ta-da. Okay. Luigi Manion makes me sick. This son of a bitch thought, I'm gonna make some. He wrote on the bullets, defend Iraq, whatever the hell it was, and I'm gonna make a gun because I'm a genius out of a printer. What good did that do? We got you on tape, on video, you schmuck. I don't care. Who cares? Well, I made it. It's a ghost gun. Yeah, but you're not the ghost. You're on the video, you idiot. And we caught you in a McDonald's in, where was it? In, not Scranton, but anyway, somewhere in Pennsylvania. I mean, you're the worst. At a place with cameras that go on this huge, you're a schmuck. And you've got a notebook with all this stuff because you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You thought, my mom is having problems. She's got all, you're millionaires. What are you doing? And you shot this poor bastard down who's got kids because he's a head of an insurance company or healthcare. And if you remove him, they're going to put somebody else in there. He follows what the board does. He's just a pawn. He's a schmuck. Okay. But you, oh no, Luigi says, I'm going to make a stand. Oh no, I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to plot it and I'm going to plan it. Oh, and I'm so good looking and they love me because of these sick bastards who, the same crowds who want to put swastikas on Teslas, think that all of us, for some particular reason, why, this is Robin Hood. This man has struck a blow against corporate America. The world. Now, I have a big problem with the death penalty. You know why, for the most part? Very, very, very simple reason. Very simple reason. Sometimes the wrong people get it. And you can't appeal an execution. I mean, you can appeal it, but what are you going to do? Okay. It's him. There ain't no way that it's going to be somebody else. It's him. So that little part of my equation, because I really don't have a problem with the death. I mean, seriously, I don't have a problem with it. It's like when people have, as they say, are you vegan? No, I'm plant-based. Do you have a problem with them killing animals? No. It's kind of, I'm a little late to the game in this one, but that's really not the reason. It's healthy. So some of my vegan friends get all upset. You mean you don't? I said, no, that's not the reason. I just don't. There's other particular reasons. The death penalty, some poor black kid, some poor bastard in the middle of with Lacucci gets some court-appointed lawyer who actually did probate, who was the judge's brother-in-law, they're giving no money for costs, and he doesn't even put on a defense. No. This kid's going to get a defense. That being said, if you want to kill him, kill him. And if I were the juror, I'd say, no problem. Absolutely. And you got to ask whether the mitigating factors outweigh. What he did was despicable. I despise these people. Okay? Now, for the most part, I would say we're probably better off without the death. But Pam Bondi said, we're going to re-implement it, and you're looking at we're gonna McVeigh your ass. Okay. I'm gonna say, excuse me, Luigi, Manion, big eater, gluttonous. Who was it who forced you to do this? Nobody. Was this your idea? Yes, it was your idea. You thought it was good, didn't you? Yes, I did. You thought it was smart, didn't you? Yeah. You were going to make a stand because your mother had a bad back, or you had a bad back, or you're gay or not gay, or you're on drugs, or whatever the hell. I don't know. But you said, oh no, I'm gonna stay at the hostel, and I'm gonna come in, and I'm gonna go to the. Mrs. L and I walked by that place where this guy was gunned down. I mean, they had no flowers for him, no nothing. He didn't deserve that, to be shot down like a dog in the street. And this guy, oh, he's a genius. Genius my ass. Watch how this little bitch cries when he realizes it's over. For the rest of your life, you threw it all away, and they're going to forget you. This is federal prison. This is federal prison. And I've got absolutely nobody. This is just despicable, this behavior. Listen, I swear to you, this is the real first-degree murder stuff that I absolutely despise. Second-degree manslaughter, well, heat of passion, reckless disregard. Yeah. Not this time. And this little bitch, when he realizes it, I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. There's DS says, my man, love your show. Well, thank you. Let me tell you something. It's weird when all of a sudden you say, it ain't going to happen. This. Now, is he going to get the death penalty? Most of the federal judges, I don't know. Normally, you're going to say, what are the mitigating reasons? Mental illness? No. Drug addiction? No. He was abused as a child? No. What? You calculated, you planned it, you plotted it. You wanted this. You really wanted this. You really did. And what's the difference between what you did and somebody who goes after a kid? Somebody who sits in his car and waits by a school and eyes somebody, says, I'm going to get her. What's the difference? You say, well, it's a kid versus... No, what's the difference? It's the same thing. The guy who took Lake and Riley, the one who... It's the same. One person is the same. Child, doctor, healthcare person. It's a human being. You planned it. Malice aforethought, the intentional killing of a human being. Now, in Florida, we had this one deal. You just did it no matter who you kill. But in New York, this is the state. You got to kill the cop. Or this. It's a pain in the ass. I don't like that. It's like, well, excuse me, I got to kill a cop to get the death penalty? Somebody kills your nonna, some beautiful 90-year-old grandmother? No, she's not a cop. What difference does that make? It's weird. I don't like those things. But this guy, when it hits you, we're going to say, you don't understand something. Remember the movie from Boys from Brazil? Remember, who was it? Laurence Olivier? I don't know if he played Simon Wiesenthal, and he's talking to this woman who was a guard at a death camp or something, and he said, you don't understand. I'm going, but you're not going anywhere. Oh, God. This is it there, Luigi. That's it. Ain't no parole. Ain't nothing. This is it. You wanted this. Jack Reacher taught us, remember, you wanted this. You wanted this. And I think that's the most important thing we need to do. To understand and put these people in their place and teach them once and for all. This is it. So the next idiot who says, I'm going to do this. Remember Luigi Manion. Where is he? He's pushing up daisies. He gave his life away. These idiots who think Tesla swastikas, tomorrow though, they like the Night Stalker. You know, the Night Stalker, one of the reasons why people called him, he had the worst BO of anybody. They said it was like an animal. Teeth missed. He was horrible. And so all these women, they loved him until they saw him and they got near him and they were downwind of him. But yet they thought he was great. Sowell said, Bondi, 20 plus years, Tesla attacks, domestic terrorism. I'm all for that. Do you know what I think is interesting? And by the way, Pamela Joe, thank you. BLM next, Antifa. Antifa, 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 Antifa. Show me, why do you think organized crime is so bad? Because it's organized. Because it's organized. It's not just it's organized. You understand how this thing works? Now, let me explain something to you, and you listen to me very carefully. I've had it. I've lived my life like a candle in the wind. I am not any kind of angel or any other stuff. But I've never thought about killing anybody. I've never thought about systematically going to, I don't know, organizing something. And if I was in another country, I swear to you, I would say, now tell me what I can and can't do. You're in France now. Okay. Don't. Remember that kid in Taiwan? Who was that kid in Singapore or Taiwan? Whatever. He defaced something and they were going to cane his ass. That's their rules. House rules. See, I'm funny about that. It's like with the Catholic Church. Well, how come they don't let women in there? Because it's a house rule. How come the Muslim got to wear a hat? Because it's a house rule and you can't eat pork. And it's a house rule. It's not up to me. I'm not going to argue. I don't. That's the rule. I don't know. Why is it 55 miles an hour? I don't know. Why is it? What? Because it's a funny number? Why not 60? I don't know. We used to have these laws that say there was petty theft and grand theft. Grand theft is anything over $300. A fire extinguisher, 2,000 pieces of fruit, a cow or a horse. Who the hell came up with this stuff? We had a statute one time that said the actual tattoo statute that said it's unlawful in the state of Florida to tattoo somebody unless you're a physician or a dentist. What the hell is that? A dentist? Who tattooed? Where did this come from? I don't know. We had a statute one time that thank God you can't sleep in public. It's a statute. So what if you nod off? What is sleeping? How long do you sleep? Nod off, sleep in a doorway. What does that mean? I don't know. It's stupid, but that's the rule. And until you get it fixed or changed, be on alert or be on notice. That's the rule. You can beat the rap, but you can't beat the ride. So Joe Rogan, I love you, but you're not making me cry. Is it? Yeah, that's pretty tough. Yeah. So by the way, I want you to understand something. All you folks and by the way, sending people to El Salvador, to these prisons, I may be with you on that one. But remember, you know who you should blame for this? Your fellow compadres, those people. They're the ones. TDA, MS-13, these people who kill Lake and Riley, those are the people. You got a problem? Don't look at me. Go to them. They caused this problem. And if you don't like it, don't come here. In fact, please, don't come here. Didn't Guatemala say that? Don't come here. There's that thing again. There's that thumb. I'm a very, very simple person. Very, very simple. All right, my friend. So Soul76 can. Thank you, DS. Thank you. And Cut Up Chatter. Thank you. We're going to be, if there's anything more about Giuffre, I'm going to talk about it. And there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to talk about it because it's fascinating because of who she is and what she did. Don't forget to follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Don't forget to follow our other channel at Lionel Legal. And thank you so much for being with us. We'll be with you tomorrow. And don't forget these final words. As always, my friend, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Da, da.